They almost killed me in my own garage. One false call from the HOA president, and suddenly cops were storming my driveway, guns drawn, lights blazing. And by the time the chaos settled, the governor of my state was bleeding out on my floor. That's how far a neighbor's lie can go. That's how far Karen Polson was willing to go to keep her little empire safe. I should probably start before the gunfire. My name's Josh Dunham. I live in a lakeside community that looks perfect on the outside: picket fences, trimmed lawns, quiet streets. But that perfection came at a price, and the collector was our HOA president, Karen. She had the smile of a PTA mom and the heart of a mob boss. She fined me for leaving my garage open 10 minutes too long, cited me for a fence post she said was a half-inch too tall. It was control for the sake of control. But what nobody knew, what I had proof of, was that she wasn't just power tripping. She and a slick developer named Richard Thorne were stealing from all of us, altering parcel maps, pocketing HOA funds, carving up community land like it was their private buffet. I kept everything: copies of maps, invoices, bank statements. I organized them the way I kept my garage clean, precise, undeniable. When two men in suits showed up one night and said the governor himself wanted to see me, I thought finally someone bigger than her would listen. They brought him into my garage for privacy, away from the HOA cameras, and I felt a flicker of hope when he shook my hand and said, "You've untangled something we've been chasing for years." And then the cul-de-sac exploded in red and blue. Local cops screeched up like we were a cartel compound, shouting weapons out, headlights burning through me. I heard the sergeant bark. "Caller says he's armed with bombs, rifles, plans to ambush." My stomach sank. Only one person hated me enough to spin that lie: Karen. One rookie officer pushed forward, sweat pouring down his face, gun locked on me. He stepped onto my garage floor, right into the one slick spot of oil under my Mustang. His foot flew out, and before anyone could breathe, the trigger pulled itself. The sound was sharp, metallic, final. I looked over and saw Governor Thompson clutching his side, his white shirt blossoming red. He staggered, knees folding. Agent Peters caught him before he hit the floor. Everything inside me shattered. This wasn't just my fight anymore. A man could die because of my war with a neighbor. My first thought wasn't brave, it was shame. Had I pushed too far? Should I have kept quiet, just patched my fence, shut my mouth? Maybe Karen was right. Maybe I was the problem. But then I saw her. Karen standing on her manicured lawn, phone in hand, watching. She'd come out to witness the takedown she orchestrated. She wanted me destroyed. That smug smile made my shame burn into anger. The governor's detail worked fast. They shoved me forward, yelling for pressure, blood pouring everywhere. My wife Tina appeared in the doorway, eyes wide but steady. And when everyone else was panicking, she lifted her phone like a sword. A scanner app, pulling the police frequency, pulling the body cam feed. A second later, our living room TV flickered to life, loud enough for the whole street to hear. 911. "What's your emergency?" a calm operator said. And then Karen's voice, hysterical, shrieking. "My neighbor Josh, he has rifles, bombs, he's meeting dangerous men." Every lie blared out of our soundbar into the night. The crowd gasped. Cops froze. The rookie who fired sat on the bumper of his cruiser whispering, "I slipped. Oh God, I slipped." And then the body cam video rolled: the stumble, the spin, the accidental shot. Proof. No militia, no ambush. Just lies, panic, and one kid's bad luck. Neighbors stared, jaws open. Karen's face drained of blood, her kingdom cracking in real time. She wasn't in control anymore. She was exposed. The governor lived thanks to the medic, and God help me, my hands pressing into his wound while Tina broadcast the truth. At the hospital, I laid out everything: the doctored maps, the padded invoices, the shell accounts under Karen's name. The governor's chief of staff leaned in and whispered, "You've given us everything." For a moment, I thought that was it. But then Richard Thorne stepped out from behind a parking garage pillar, too smooth, too polished, eyes locked on my briefcase. He lunged for it like he owned it. I didn't think. I just let go with one hand and drove the other into his jaw. The crack was ugly and real, and when he crumpled, I realized I wasn't powerless anymore. But Karen still sat in her house smug and untouchable. So Tina got creative. She dug into the HOA bylaws, Karen's holy scripture, and started sending official-sounding violation notices straight to her inbox, CCing the entire neighborhood. Wrong shade of blue on her welcome sign. Trash cans left out 3 hours late. A pumpkin flag still hanging after fall. Fines, citations, all by the book. The same cold language Karen used against us now weaponized against her. Neighbors caught on fast. They laughed, joined in, started documenting every slip Karen made. Then Ed, the retired accountant, sent out a video from his new doorbell camera. Karen herself screaming across my lawn, "I am this, HOA. I built this community. You are nothing." Her face twisted, her voice shrill. That video was the final straw. The emergency meeting was standing room only. The clubhouse hummed with anticipation, neighbors leaning forward, phones ready. Karen sat at the head table, polished, perfect hair, icy smile. She lifted her hand to speak, to spin her web again when the doors slammed open. State troopers walked in, followed by the lead investigator, paper in hand. "Karen Polson," he said, calm and clear. "You're under arrest for conspiracy, fraud, and money laundering." Her face went white. The mask cracked, shattered. I don't understand," she stammered, but the cuffs clicked shut behind her back. The sound echoed in the silent room like a gavel. They dragged her past me, and for one last second her eyes locked on mine, venom dripping. "You ruined everything," she hissed. I leaned closer and whispered, "No, Karen, you did." And just like that, the queen of our neighborhood was dethroned, not with fists or fire, but with her own rules, her own lies turned back on her. The lesson: bullies only look untouchable until the truth finally touches them.